Welcome to this week's Happy Tree Oracle. What does the Happy Tree Oracle have to say? Well, I will tell you. It has to say there is nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. Of course there's not. And of course Bob would say that. So let's break down the message. Let's break down the imagery, let's break down the tarot correlation, and let's see what kind of multi-layered message we can glean from a simple painting on a simple playing card. So first, we have a tree. There's a beautiful light behind it that kind of blurs out the way forward, or you could say like the way behind, because the water is flowing one way but the light is another way. And so we have this gently rolling waterfall, but maybe that's not the direction we're going. Maybe it is that we do as the tree does and root down into what may seem like not a super ideal place for a big tree to try to put roots down, and grow where we are in spite of ourselves and our outward situation or circumstances. So the tree ultimately will grow towards the light. It doesn't matter what's flowing around her. She's firm in who she is, she stands tall, and she's just going to constantly move towards the light, up in that kind of sacred spiral, as most of nature does. So the imagery alone says it encourages us to just that. We're moving into an eclipse, the first of this eclipse season, the spring eclipse season, and it's a full moon lunar eclipse. So it's like when you turn the lights off outside and you go into the tiny little closet. In my March energy report, I talk about, Monica's closet from Friends, where it's like you jam everything in there and you shut the door and you hope nobody opens it because it'll all fall out. The waterfall says, hey, it might be time to let it all fall out. So inside the space of this lunar eclipse, we're able to close the door on the outside world and actually turn the light on the inside world, so that we can really get clear about who we are, who we've been, who we want to be, and what comes and what goes, moving forward. So, and again, just always moving towards the light. There's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. To me, this just says, don't allow other people to tell you who you should be or what you should be doing or the company you should be keeping. Your company is yours to keep however you keep it. So if it's in resonance, if it's a vibrational match, if it feels like it's harmonious and it's easy, and you're choosing to be around people that are your cheerleaders, that do make you feel good about yourself, then it doesn't matter what that might look like to anybody else around you. The flip side of that is if all of a sudden you kind of look around and go, this all makes me feel bad. These people are all, projecting back something to me that is constantly showing me or trying to tell me that I'm lacking in some way. And none of us are lacking in any way. We came from source. So if that's your reflection around you, that would say, hey, maybe this isn't the company to keep. And all inside of this Seven of Pentacles, which sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can be a little like, oh my God, I've been working so hard and I have nothing to show for it. Like all I do is I'm toiling, I'm building, and I can't seem to see anything. And I know for me, I had a really beautiful kind of zoom out the other day. I didn't really feel like doing my taxes this year. I mean, who really does? And I finally was like, fine, I'll put my big girl pants. And I sat down and I started to, I part of why I don't like to do my taxes is because I don't really, I have records, but they're all over the place. So my lesson is to learn how to rein it all in and have it be something that's maintained throughout the year instead of me having to go hunt and gather, in March. But I did that last night, and I looked at what I have been able to create in 2 years. And while I have been inside of those 2 years, it seemed like, oh my gosh, am I even getting anywhere? What's happening? I don't, you can't really see because you're in it. When you're in the dark forest, you can't see how close you are to coming out the other side. You only know dark forest. And when you're in dark forest periods, it always feels like, I guess this is life now. But what happened for me was I got to zoom out and actually see the exponential growth within my own self-created small business. And that was really cool and really inspiring, and it made me optimistic, and also, showed me if I want to be able to, like this tree, if I want to be able to anchor where I am, I have to be able to send strong roots down. So decide what it is you want to send down, and how you want to take hold of yourself in this space that is here and now at this time. And remember, this is another one of those, I think it's both the 7 and the 8 of Pentacles that I always hear Mary Poppins singing. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game. Like, just have fun with whatever you do. If you're choosing to do it, choose to do it not because of what you are hoping to get out of it, but choose to do it because it feels good to do. It seems overly simplistic, but as I am learning, when you just kind of roll with what's in front of you and what's in resonance, things tend to open up in really beautifully unexpected ways, and that is also what sets the stage for kind of that quantum leap that you didn't see coming. So even if the water is running one way, but the light is another way, and that can seem a little daunting, and you're like, what's the point? This is always going to go this way. Why bother going that way? Go towards the light. Much like flowers and anything that's green, we are, or anything that's of this earth that roots into her and aches to grow, we seek light. And this is encouraging you to just find it inside of you and know that it will generate that reflection outside of you. And don't worry about what anybody says that you're supposed to do, or how it's supposed to look, or what you're supposed to be doing at this stage of your life. Just be happy. And it's fun. I think my personal Bob Ross card, the wisdom of the fro, today was for this, but for this week, was it's life, it's interesting, it's fun. And that correlation was the King of Swords upside down. So it's like, trust in yourself. I mean, that message pairs well with this kind of more universal message, which is just trust yourself. Trust that you came to this planet with everything that you need to succeed. So just follow your excitement, as Bashar says, follow your excitement, see where it leads. And it's supposed to be fun. We're very much caught up in this idea that life is suffering, and it's not. It doesn't have to be. It can be beautiful, even when, we move through cycles where there might be some pain or some grief or some loss or whatever. It doesn't have to be suffering. When you can become translucent and you can work with that sacred spiral that nature does so well. So make friends with a tree, and let her teach you how to kind of just continue your evolution into higher frequency, rooted in your own light and moving back towards the light from which you came. All right, so I hope that helps. And until next week, happy trees. La, la, la.